We're live!
We did it! I love it. Well, everyone, thank you for being here. Welcome to Adobe Live Education Edition. My name is Shel McConville. I am a community program manager here at Adobe, and I am here with my... How can I describe you
Arch
today?
nemesis.
Yes, my nemesis for the day.
For the day. My name is Jesse Lubinsky. I am a principal evangelist on the education team. And we are here today for our Educator versus Educator showdown in Adobe Express. We're ready to go. I'm not going to lie. If you know me, if you are familiar with my work at all, you'll know I am not competitive at all.
Zero.
There's not a competitive bone in my body, particularly when I'm afraid that I'm going to lose. So when you know. Right.
You're going to
I have
lose.
lowered expectations on social media. There's no... I built no, energy around this thing because I'm not going to lie, I'm going up against an expert here. So we are going to engage in 3 challenges today. And we would love you, as you're watching, you're going to vote in real time. Let us know in the chat who's winning, who's doing a good job, who's crushing it, most likely Shel. But we are really excited because we're going to get to highlight a ton of really great features in Adobe Express that educators can use in any classroom at any point in the year. And we're going to have a lot of fun doing it.
Of course. So make sure, if you are in the chat, let us know where you're tuning in from. We'd love to shout you out and say hello. That's always one of our favorite things to do. So
we have 3 challenges today. The first one, and we're going to kind of like progressively build up, I feel like, in difficulty, actually centers around one of our guided activities, which if you are not familiar with our guided activities, they are probably my favorite thing that we've added to the product.
100%.
And I think this is the 1-year anniversary of guided activities. Shout out to our content team who has been developing all these amazing guided activities. And you can usually see them as one of our monthly challenges in the product. Now, what you're looking at, if you are joining us and you are someone who is not in a school and you're not familiar with Adobe Express, you may be like, wait a minute, when I log into it, I see something different. What you're seeing on your screen is actually not the general version of Adobe Express. It is our premium version of Adobe Express, which is available for free to all K-12 students and teachers. So if your school is not currently using Adobe Express,
you can.
You can for free.
And as our teammates always say, it is forever free. It's not COVID free.
That's
a lot of us
I like that term, the COVID free.
Who were still in the education universe, we know what that was like.
So Shel, do you want to introduce the first challenge that we're going to be doing today?
I do. This one I'm super excited about, actually. When this first got released, I was so jazzed. And if anyone's in the chat and you guys have tried this, let us know how it went for you or what you liked about it. But this very first one, it's on the homepage, which makes it super easy, and it's create your community quilt. So I'm going to click in on this one. And the idea of it is, if you were to use this in your classroom, you could have your students create a little embroidery patch and a quilt square that demonstrates who they are. And I love this. This is like the bread and butter of my former elementary teacher heart, I guess. That was a weird way to phrase that, but I'm going to go with it. Bread and butter of my heart, apparently, is the quote of the day for me.
Bread and butter does go with heart. So there you go.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about these guided activities is you can see... Oh, I'm pointing the wrong way. I'm like getting used to seeing the screen behind me. So if you can see in the right-hand side of your screen, there's that Learn tab that opens up. One of the things, when you're a teacher and you're using an activity with your students, sometimes you feel like you have to be the one that's the keeper of all the knowledge. You have to be the one that's showing everyone how to use the tool. And the nice part about the guided activities are it contains all those instructions.
It's okay.
I'm moving all around. Right.
My clicker.
So I'm pointing just to the far side of the screen. So you can see that there's a built-in video tutorial as well as a stepper that's right there. So your students, if you're the type of person who likes to see that video tutorial, boom, it's there. If you're the type of person who like me, I like to see it all written out.
I'm the
nice
same as you.
Right, like step 1, step 2, step 3, it's there as well. And the cool part is, even if you remix this and share it out with your students, that stepper is still going to be there because there's a little light bulb up in the top right-hand corner that you could always click on to turn the Learn tab on and off with that activity. So it's great because your students can just get in creating, or you can, save it for later for when you need it.
And I've gotten asked so many times, like, what if my students click out of it and then now it's gone and they don't have their instructions? And it's so nice because you can just click on it and it comes right back.
And while Shel's been talking, I've already been working on mine because I'm trying to get as much advantage here as possible. But the great part is if you take a look, like all I've done so far is just change the name, and you can see it's refreshing. But what's cool is if you have an effect that's applied, and here we actually have an effect that's applied, and I'll show you what effect we have. We have a generate text option here where we have it so that it's making the letters as though there's a white embroidered patch. It will still maintain that effect even if you're changing the letters. And you could change that effect as well. So text effects are a cool little feature because I think when we think about generative AI, we think about changing graphics and like kind of creating an image from scratch. But what about just changing text and applying some type of effect to that?
Or like a texture.
Yeah. Whether it's a texture, whether it's like just, I could even, you know what? I'm going to change this right now. I'm going to change this to, and mainly because this will make more sense when I do my state later. But I'm going to say, rather than embroidered patch texture, I want like a pepperoni pizza effect to my name.
How very New York.
I'll tell you about my diet. And as we go down, you'll see right behind Shel's head, we're moving again. And it's going to give me 4 different options for what that effect can look like. And so if I don't like those 4, I could always choose more. I could add more to the description. I can do lots of different things to get that effect in exactly the way I want it. And so I'm waiting to see what my Jesse Lubinsky pepperoni pizza font is going to look like.
It's one of those, like, you just never know exactly how it's going to turn out until
I hope it's extra cheesy.
Yeah, I know you are.
See what I did there? There we go. Okay.
That's amazing.
Oh my God. So can we just talk about the fact that I want to eat this right now? It looks like bagel bites.
We didn't eat lunch yet, so that makes sense.
We were talking about lunch right before we went on the air, and I think that's kind of going to be guiding the rest of this this episode. So I'm pausing because, I'm actually like admiring that this looks like, it looks like a good bagel bite. You know how sometimes you get like the crispy, like the perfect, have you seen this meme that's been going around where it shows you the different bagel bites and the guy is trying to pick the perfect one?
I think
like
our algorithms might be
20
different.
of them. I know you guys know what I'm searching for then. So, and really the key to the perfect bagel bite is the crispy exterior, but it has to be saucy with like crunchy cheese on top. And I didn't even put that in here, and that's what this looks like. So win for AI here.
Point to AI.
Thank you.
Point to Jesse.
So in this in this graphic, you'll see that there's already, the one that came here by default. We have the state. So I'm going to go in, and because we've already generated the image, you'll see that there's like the sliders right on top of generate image, which tells me that this has already been used. I'm going to click on that, and I see that all of this is here, and it's saying colorful embroidery patch in the shape of Illinois. I'm going to actually just start to modify this. And I love this too for students because it's giving them the prompt already that they can start from to modify. They don't have to wonder like, well, what do I need to do to get these cool effects? You can actually create something and have them just make changes to that as well. So I'm going to change this to the New York skyline, which is where I'm from. And that's why I said the pizza thing might make some more sense. I'm going to change purple flowers and cardinal to with New York skyline with skyscrapers. What else goes in the New York skyline? And the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, the Statue of Liberty. That's a fun subject to bring up, Jesse.
The Statue of Liberty. What, I don't
that you are a New Yorker who's never been there.
So come on, man. No matter where you're from, you never are like a tourist in your own town. So I definitely have, and I did publish this on Instagram, a list of the 5 things I am ashamed that I have not done as a native New Yorker. I have not been to the Statue of Liberty. Oh, this is actually not. So
that's cool. It,
yeah, so this came out cool, and notice how it went beyond the borders of my graphic. We'll get back to my terrible New Yorker thing in a second. Notice as soon as I slide this out, and I'll move this over and slide it out this way too. Ooh, there's more. Yay. So look at that. So this was pretty much exactly what I asked for. I asked for a skyscraper. I asked for the Statue of Liberty. We have the state of New York in an embroidery patch form. And notice that didn't take me any time at all. And if Shel hadn't distracted me by mocking my my New York street cred, I would have actually been done sooner. So all I have to do now is I can say this represents me because I'm from. Actually, I'm gonna change this. It says I love colorful flowers. My favorite bird is the cardinal. And be like, hey, I'm from New York. I'm walking here.
Oh man. You're too fun.
Gabagool. Okay, good. So now I've proved my native New Yorker street cred.
I'm really proud of you for this, actually.
I gotta add one more thing, right? Shel didn't think I was gonna know how to use Adobe Express, but guess what? That's my job. So here we go. I want to add. So this is cool. If I want to download this and add this to like our thing. Oh, I see what you're doing.
You're not supposed to look.
I am going to add one more thing to my project. So I want to give this a little more pizzazz. I'm going to go to media. And one of the things I love about Adobe Express, if you're not familiar with this, when you go to the media section, you have photos, videos, audio, and all of that stuff is being sourced from Adobe stock. So this is all things that we are licensed and have the ability to use. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for a hot dog because I think we have established that I'm on like where my head is at right now.
You're hungry boy.
And
it's all right.
But come on, if you were at New York, you were in New York recently with your daughters. It was first trip to New York. Did you go to a hot dog stand? Did you have a hot dog?
Of course, we went to a hot dog stand.
Dirty water dog.
They were out of hot dogs when we went, and
at the hot dog stand,
so we had to get corn dogs instead.
That's not really. We don't own those in New York. So I added these marching hot dogs to my video because hey, we're walking here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove background on my walking hot dogs. And I love the fact that you could remove background from video in just one click. So the hope is this is going to give this. We're going a little bit from patch to. Because remember, now that I've added video, this is going to turn this into a video project. So we'll give that a second.
Really think about it. You know what? I might hit the magic button for a second.
The magic. Oh, we're gonna go over to Shel and take a look at the progress on her project. Bloop. There we go.
Here's mine. While Jesse's is thinking about what it wants to do with its life, here's where I've landed. So I'm from Oregon. If there's any Pacific Northwesterners out there, represent. And I created Portland. I live fairly close to Portland, like 20 minutes away. We are the Rose City, so of course it has to have some roses in it. And I also had to go ahead and add some rain in the background because as I was looking at my completed design, which originally did not have this, I thought it looks really way too sunny to be representative of where I'm from. So this is my now completed patch design.
I love that you're at least owning the bad weather. Like you're owning the rain, Pacific Northwest.
It's because I don't like it,
thing.
But I know it's there.
So, okay, Shel's final version of Project 1. We'll flip back over.
Magic button.
My hot dogs are ready. Okay, all I did here since we zipped away from mine was I took the hot dog video, it removed the background on my hot dogs. I put them in the back. Like I lowered them as a layer. And then I didn't like how it looked when it was solid, so I actually lowered the opacity on it. And here is the final version. Hey, we're walking here.
Jesse, you had no business making a design that was this fantastic.
Thank you.
I was not anticipating this, and I feel blindsided.
I'm bringing my A+ game today, people.
Clearly, you were ready.
Yeah, the glasses are coming off. I'm going to...
Whoa.
Actually, no, I can't take them off. I can't see it. All right. They're going back on. So, Shel, that was challenge number 1.
Challenge number 1.
We've introduced ourselves to the crowd. We've, our class as students, we were telling the class about ourselves using our embroidery patch.
I feel like these actually described us very well.
What if we want to tell the rest of our class a little bit more about where we're from?
I love that. How would we do that, Jesse?
Oh, I'm introducing project 2 also.
You're gonna
Okay,
introduce-
Cool. So we're gonna
introduce
go.
project
We're
1.
gonna go to the homepage, and so for challenge number 2, we are going to pick an animal from where we're from, and talk a little bit about it. And one of the reasons we wanted to do this challenge is because in our product, in Adobe Express, there are thousands upon thousands of educational templates that you could use as starters for anything you could imagine. What's cool about it is even if I'm doing like an animal project, I could always use the template to change it to something else. But let's just imagine we want to make a poster about an animal that we're studying. And in this case, we'll do animals from where we're from. Me from New York and you from Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But are we doing...
Well, we're doing animals, and we'll leave it at that. We'll go with our animals. So what I'm going to do is I click on the create a poster button. Now, what's cool about this, and I love, if you are a longtime user of Adobe Express and you're just getting in here for the first time, you may be like, oh, this is actually not necessarily the way I would have done it before because maybe I would have searched up at the top. But what I love here is now I open up this new poster, and right over here under search poster, I'm just going to search for animal. And notice I get a bunch of cool templates here that are like I can give more information about an animal. So I'm gonna pick, I like this one with the red panda. I like it because it gives me space to put my animal and my title, and then it gives me 4 little boxes to add information. So let's keep those categories.
Okay, I'm gonna copy
We're gonna keep those categories, but I'm gonna throw it over to you to lead us for activity 2.
Okay, I love it. Jesse, I don't want to do a basic animal. Can we be a little bit extra here?
I would love to. I'm nothing if not extra.
Okay. Wow, it looks like you were super prepared for this moment.
Oh, I thought we switched over.
We did
Magic
not.
button. No one's supposed to be seeing all my secrets.
All his secrets of his preparation.
Remember, I'm not competitive at all, and I did no preparation for this, and I'm coming in totally cold.
0.
So
None.
for all the people who are feeling bad for me as the underdog, just remember, I did no preparation, and I am totally not competitive.
You totally won the first round. You are not the underdog anymore, sir. Nice try. So because if I was in a traditional classroom and I had students who were maybe doing an animal report or things like that, I might start with that. But we're going to get a little weird today because it's Adobe Live, and let's get weird and fun. And so the special, I'm going to call it the spicy sauce of this challenge, Jesse, is going to be that you need to make up a creature that would be from New York.
Oh,
and I need to make up a creature
with
that would be from the Portland area.
So do you have an idea already for your imaginary creature?
No, because I also did no preparation whatsoever.
Neither Shel or I are competitive, and neither of us prepared for this whatsoever. It's all happening in the moment.
So I'm going to use AI to create this completely made up creature. Now, although I did not prepare for this whatsoever, it is going to be creating a brand new image no matter what level of preparation one might do before. So I don't know how this is going to turn out. But if you know anything about Oregon or about the Pacific Northwest, you'll know that Bigfoot, Sasquatch, all of those names are, that's a very popular character in our area.
I have heard of this.
You've heard of him?
I have of the Sasquatch?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have. Tenacious D wrote a song about it.
Oh, please don't sing it. I'm just going to say, please don't sing it right now. Okay, so I'm going to start with typing in my prompt here. I'm going to say Bigfoot, but because it's Portland, I'm going to say Bigfoot with a man bun, wearing a flannel shirt, skinny jeans, and vintage boots.
Is this a requirement for even the Sasquatch has to have a man bun?
Of course.
If you're in Portland?
Of course.
Okay.
Although they are decreasing in popularity, I will say. It's been a lot more of like hats.
Interesting.
But for the purposes of my creativity today, we're gonna keep it going. The flannel though is non-negotiable, 100%.
That's like a stuck in the 90s thing, I feel like.
Oh.
You guys are stuck in the 90s?
From Portlandia, the TV show.
Oh, I love Portlandia.
The whole song, The Dream of the 90s is alive in Portland. It is very true, and it has stayed true since that episode came out. Okay, he's holding, what should he hold? Cold brew coffee, a tote bag, standing in downtown Portland, and it is raining, of course. And then, because I want to use my best practice for AI style, I'm going to say quirky, cartoon style, colorful, funny, exaggerated, I hope I spelled that right, features. Okay, we'll see what happens. It's gonna think about it. Jesse's already speeding ahead, which I love.
What are you talking about? I'm not working on this at all.
I'm not looking.
I'm not competitive.
I'm
I
not
don't
looking.
care. I did no preparation for this whatsoever.
Neither of us did. All right, this is a vibe. I love every single one of these that I'm getting.
Oh, these are really good.
I
feel like this was the one that popped for me.
I'm here for this guy. Okay. So here's my special Portlandian Sasquatch. I'm gonna just soften his corners a little bit because I'm extra that way. I'm going to go over here to my layers. If you have not played around with layers, I do love them so much. The kindergarten teacher in me always calls them the pancake stack.
And can I say, yeah. One of the things I like the most about layers and the way they're in Adobe Express is it really is like a way for students to get more familiar with using a more advanced tool like a Photoshop, because once they finally do graduate to a more advanced editing tool, they'll already be familiar with that, right?
A lot of it looks the same, which is great. We love that. I'm going to name him Portlandian Bigfoot. And I'm going to go up here to the top and change my background. I'm going to just pull a color from my picture, change my font color so it shows up a bit more. Maybe I'll go with that fun orange.
Oh, I like that.
Give it a shadow so you can read it. By Shel McConville, because that's my name. I'm just talking out loud today. And this eucalyptus leaf thing is not the vibe, so maybe I'm going to find something else that's very, very Portland. I like looking at design assets for things.
And that's actually really cool too, because one thing you'll notice is I showed media before, and that's where you get your photos, your video, your audio. But under design assets, that's where you're going to find your, I like that. You're going to find your icons, you're going to find your, the design assets, the icons, elements, different things that we would typically look for, right? And some people ask me, well, how do you distinguish between those things? Well, think of your icons as your one color graphic, right? It's like almost like things you would see as one color representations, right? So all of these are showing up as black or white, but they can always be changed to any single color, right? Although you could do some cool stuff with layering and anyway. But then once you go to your design assets, so what Shel pulled before that cup is that design asset that actually it has multiple colors and
But what I actually did first, I didn't even go to elements. I just went up to the top here at search and typed in coffee so I could see all of the options that I had to start with. So if you don't know, like, is it going to be something in elements or is it going to be in media? I have no idea. Or if you're starting out, this can be a really great place to be able to start exploring that a little bit more. Okay, I need to start adding in some facts, but also these colors are driving me crazy. So I'm going to change them.
You change, but wait, what? Let me actually. I don't want to like do because you're changing your colors individually. But I was gonna say is like, what would there be a way to change them wholesale so that I didn't have to go to them individually?
There would be if it was letting me right now, Jesse.
Oh, okay.
I tried that first.
One thing that you need to know about Adobe Express, and I want to make sure everyone, if there's one takeaway that you have from this show, it's that it always works. It never doesn't work. It always works.
And it never changes.
That's right. So, I like that.
Let's see. Okay. I'm going to change location to habitat. That feels more scientific to me. I don't know. Because it is.
That's funny.
Let's see. Okay, he's going to be found lurking near food carts, towels, books, and secret basement music shows. Again, did no prep for this. Totally off the top of my
This
head.
is so. I mean, I cannot believe how you've been making this all up on the fly.
Let's to explore forest.
I like that
Park.
though, because it tells me that you actually, even though you're saying you had no idea, you were worried about me. You thought I might actually bring it today.
I mean, sometimes you do.
I will observe, and I want to give a shout out on this podcast to Dan McConville, Shel's husband, who was actively cheering for me and rooting for me on social media. So thank you to my biggest fan, Dan, for really getting behind me and giving me the inspiration to try to win this one. So thank you.
How dare you? How dare you? He's watching too. How dare you? Okay. We could keep going on. How's yours going? I'm gonna hit the button.
We're hitting magic button.
Magic
I'm ready.
button.
I'm almost ready to go. I'm ready. Okay, so
Talk us through yours.
So you walked us through the Portlandian Bigfoot, and I want to introduce everyone to the bagel pigeon. And the bagel pigeon is a creature that is unique to New York City.
I feel like I may have seen a couple of these.
Oh, you definitely saw the bagel pigeon. The bagel pigeon preys on innocent bagel and pizza eaters walking on the New York City streets. And its choice of food. Now, it has an interesting diet because it's 85% bagel crumbs, prefers sesame, although it will tolerate everything bagels, but it is out on the cinnamon raisin bagel. It will not participate with that. So that's the one thing me and the bagel pigeon have in common. We're out on the cinnamon raisin bagel. So no apologies to the cinnamon raisin bagel people watching right now. You'll notice that I did, though, to represent our friend the bagel pigeon, I did add some text effects. The bagel, so it's a sesame seed bagel.
You're the text effects man today.
It's a sesame seed. Who knew? Who knew that I was going to be?
I actually didn't.
I have to be honest, coming in today, I did not realize I was going to be leaning so heavily into text effects. But
they're working great for you.
Any edge you could get in a competition, you're going to go for, right? So text effects is turning out to be my secret weapon. So I did use a sesame seed bagel text effect. My prompt for the bagel pigeon was a plump New York pigeon with sesame speckled feathers perched on a bagel like a nest, cream cheese on its beak, looking streetwise on a Brooklyn stoop, which I removed for the background. Playful, whimsical, photorealistic. And actually, I will say, and this is something I did learn from Shel, one thing, Shel, we call her the prompt fairy behind the scenes because she is such an expert at developing really great prompts to get kind of the outcome you want. And one thing you taught me to do was kind of after you write your descriptive prompt, always make sure to add things at the end. Like, can you give some examples of things you could add at the end to kind of bring out
like
different
for
effects?
styles?
For styles.
Yeah, so that's a great, you can put it at the end or the beginning. It doesn't really matter, but I often want to get my idea out there first and then go into the styles.
Right,
so
me too.
3D render cartoon is great.
And why 3D render cartoon? These are all questions I asked her before, so I think this is good. What you're getting here are some genius nuggets, people. You don't even realize. So what is the 3D render cinematic?
So the 3D render cartoon, it's gonna give you that Pixar Disney energy. That's really fun and engaging, and kids get super excited about it because they feel like they're making their own cartoons.
You know what?
I've also loved.
I'm gonna do that right now on the fly.
Ooh,
We're gonna
okay.
change photorealistic. And we'll see what impact that has to it. So we're going to do 3D render cartoon.
Cartoon.
Okay, let's do that and see what impact that has. Now, I don't know if it'll keep remove background once I make that change, so I may have to do it again, but let's see what we get. So we're looking for that Pixar-y type effect now.
Are we going to get a Pixar pigeon?
Whoa. I think we kind of did.
We kind of did. I feel like if we were to go in and say with big eyes or something, that might also add in more.
So let's do
I'll be honest, I haven't done this a ton with animals. It's been much more heavily for people.
You know what this looks like, though? This looks like that bird from, which one am I thinking of? The bird from the Finding Dory. The birds that were flying.
Yeah.
So it actually, that was the first thing I thought of when I saw it. But let's add the big eyes.
See, in my mind, I go to the Mo Willems Silly Pigeon books.
Oh, yes. Here we go. Now, you
That
notice
is
that it's
giving-
cut out here. Oh, and it did keep the remove background. So I'm just going to start expanding here to get my full Bagel pigeon out. Here he is.
That's really got the right
Boom,
energy.
bagel.
I feel
So
like.
notice how, but I think what's cool here is, this is great. Notice how just by adding that 3D render cartoon at the end, it really changed the entire impact. So I mentioned cinematic before, because I know we've used that before too. What would that do if I changed it to 3D render cinematic?
A lot of times that will just change how it reacts with your background. So in this kind of
Okay,
situation, it wouldn't really
add
do a lot to change it. It just kind of changes how it sits within the overall picture.
Any other cool prompt?
Other styles
Nuggets, yeah.
that I really love, I've been playing with chibi anime style a lot recently. I've been playing with...
Do we want to change that? I mean, I don't want to mess with your thing. Can we magic button over to Shel and we're gonna...
I'm gonna do
Oh, well, look at that. That was like perfect.
That was...
We are syncing here in the studio today. We are... he actually doing it again. We'll do it one more time. All right, there we go.
Let's
Amazing.
do 8-bit pixelated style. Sometimes this one works, sometimes it doesn't. I have to play with it. This is another one I've been playing around with recently. And it can be really fun when it does what we want it to do. Uh-oh, am I disconnecting here?
There we go. Oh.
All right, let's see how this guy turned out. Okay, he definitely
Oh, that's cool.
got some like Wreck-It Ralph energy going on here. But I like it. He's still very classic Portland, down to like the pixelated almost puddles at his feet.
So I think the big takeaway here is that we can, as we're working through our prompts, we can add those little things at the end, rather than, I know some people like go down and go through the buttons to like change the styles.
Which totally works.
Which is great. But yeah, you could do that directly in your prompts. And what's cool is if you start to develop a library of prompts for your students of different styles that they can just add right to their prompt, that could be a big time saver.
Absolutely. I know there's a couple teachers I've talked to who have like hung up pictures of the different styles in their classrooms too, which is really helpful if they have kids who are using that a lot of like frequently.
Right.
They just have like a poster with a bunch of different examples, which I thought was cool.
Okay, so you are we? Are you? We're gonna. Are we?
I think
we
we're
done
good.
here?
I think we can move forward.
Okay, so I'm gonna effectively. I feel like we're gonna give round 2 to you, and I'm gonna say that because so if I got round 1, you get round 2, and I'm gonna give you round 2 because all of that prompt magic happened because of you. So I wouldn't have even had my cool pigeon if you didn't just give me that tip live on the air. So round 2 to Shel. We are tied going into round 3.
We didn't plan that, actually.
No, actually,
that just
was
happened.
that just
Unscripted.
happened. Unscripted. The magic of live media. So, okay, going into our final round, we started off by doing our community quilt activity. We told a little bit about where we're from, and then we went deeper to share about an animal that is native to our respective homes. Now we're gonna change it up a little bit. This is like the you came up with this, and I was a little apprehensive. I'm gonna go back to our home screen, and by the way, this is like what people are always like. How do I get to the home screen? You just click on the A in the upper left-hand corner.
Click the
rainbow A. It will always take you directly to the home page. Now, for this final round, we're gonna do another poster now. We're gonna do another poster. So I'm gonna click on poster again to get my blank screen. But what we're going to do here is we're going to do a character analysis. But the character that we will be analyzing, this is where things might go slightly off the rails, are each other. So Shel will be doing a character analysis of me, and I will be doing a character analysis of Shel. So Shel's driving right now, so we'll stick with Shel for a second. So Shel...
we are going to solemnly swear to not be offended by each other.
I'm not going to solemnly swear to anything of that nature. But, okay. So what did you search for?
I typed in character analysis at the top.
Okay.
And I have not chosen which one I like yet.
I'm looking as well. But one thing I love, though, the fact that I have so many to choose from is actually a really cool thing to see here, right? Because there's so many different... Oh, boy.
That'll do.
That's where we're going? Hold
That'll
on.
do.
I gotta find that one.
You do which one you want.
I thought we were
I feel like on this one
same...
you can do what you want.
No, I'm gonna go.
I actually don't like it. I changed my mind.
Okay. What are we going with? But I do like the wanted poster.
I do, but not for this one. You know?
That's for another time where you're gonna mock me?
Oh. Done. This is it. I found it. It's like a trading card character analysis. Jesse
Ooh, where's that one?
Lubinsky. Good thing I know how to spell your name.
Oh, here it is. Okay. Perfect. So I have the same one up as well. Oh, I like this. Okay. Can we leave consulting detective? I like that.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
All right.
Hot dog.
So walk us through what are we doing for this one?
Sir, I don't know how to spell connoisseur, but I feel like that's how it is. Okay. That's your official title. No.
Okay.
I'm gonna get rid of these. I'm just clicking on them and deleting them because I don't want anything to distract from this beautiful picture I am about to make.
Now, one thing I like about this template, I'll just add, is I'm going to delete the insert audio piece, even though that would be fun to do. We're not going to do that for this one. I like how that detective graphic that's there, that we can tell is generated from, using AI. How can we tell that again, folks in the crowd? Exactly.
They got it right. They're so smart.
Because the slide, you like how I did that? It was like very Mr. Rogers interacting with the...
Yes, that's exactly who I would compare you with.
Be quiet. So here we have the generate image button there. This already has the sliders there, so we know that it's been there. If we click it, we can see the prompt, silhouette of Sherlock Holmes holding a magnifying glass and wearing a trench coat and a hat. Now, here's where I think we can let the crowd in behind the scenes. We might have done a little prep for this one.
We did.
But how we did the prep was actually really kind of crazy.
And
so
you should share it while I start typing.
Shel has had the unofficial responsibility of developing our graphics for our team over the years with generative AI. So she has a lot of experience creating each of our team members in AI. I know there has always been a real tough one for me for certain aspects of me, which we'll get to, I'm sure, as this process goes on. But one thing that was really cool is we actually went to AI and asked AI, like, who? All I wrote was, who is Shel McConville? And it found
wild.
Shel McConville, the Adobe program manager, and it found Shel McConville, the musician and educator. It was like, which one are you talking about? And I'm like, they're the same person.
Multifaceted.
And what I would like you to do, is I would like you to give me a prompt that I could use to help draw Shel, because I was worried about trying to do this on the fly. And it gave me the following prompt, which I will start with that and then I'll tweak and we can hop. Are we with you or with me? Well, magic button over to me.
We're on me right now. There you go.
Okay, there we go. And my prompt that I have here is a colorful illustrated character portrait of Shel McConville, which you won't know who that is.
Nope.
With
you can take that out.
I can. Yes, I can.
Of a woman.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna leave it. With long brown wavy hair and a rainbow shirt. That part I did add myself. Look.
AI did not know what I was currently wearing.
That's right.
It does not follow me around. Yes.
She looks creative and approachable, holding a laptop and glowing Adobe icons, which that won't work for this because it doesn't recognize brand names.
If only it recognized our brand.
So I'm actually gonna change Adobe to creativity icons. Surround her with playful doodles, paintbrushes, musical notes, books, and a cute axolotl sidekick. Style is bright, modern, and stylistically
Did it include the axolotl?
I don't remember. Perfect for a conference speaker graphics. Its background hints of New York and education with chalkboard doodles and light bulbs. First of all,
that's a lot.
I'm going to say something. When I think of Shel, New York is like the last thing I think of. So it is not like...
Wait, what's the first thing you think of?
Not New York. Port of Portland? I don't know. Okay, let's go for it. Let's see. This is right. That's why we love to iterate here. We're going to see what we... That's
the beauty of it, is you don't spend a lot of time trying to make it perfect, and if it turns out weird, you can go back and change it. Because we can always make those changes,
exactly.
The number of things I usually have to change when I try and create you with AI is a lot. All right, I got rainbow hair.
So...
I don't hate it. I look like I'm from a...
It's got the rainbow shirt out. It's got a vibe. I'm actually gonna change this now, and I'm gonna do something that we just learned from Shel a few minutes ago. So it says style is bright, modern, and slightly cartoonish. I'm actually gonna get rid of all of the extra stuff at the end and say 3D render cartoon. Which is what we did before. because I do really like that Pixar
It's
style.
fun.
It is really fun.
And I like it because you don't feel like it has to be like perfect and look exactly like you, because it's not going to.
Right. Oh, here we go. We're getting somewhere now. You know, I don't feel like you're like the collared, shirty person. So I'm going to make one more tweak to that. I'm going to rainbow.
I look so like joyous though. Like I'm.
Well, that's in there. It says she looks creative and approachable. And so I'm going to actually, I'm going to go with this one. Because we are on a time limit here. I'm going to continue to work on this. And actually, this might be a good time to show icons, because notice that it says Victorian London, England, and then it has like a cityscape there. I wonder what would happen if I actually went to my elements and looked for a one color. Oh my God, she's covering her. I just want to point out, we're at this level of competition. I don't know if you can see her hand is currently positioned in such a way so she doesn't want me to
peek at what I've made of
see
you.
it. Okay, wait. So I'm going to search for a Portland icon. Let's see if it gets up. It did not find icons for Portland. So what could be forest? Is forest like a...
Sure.
She just doesn't want me looking at her thing. She doesn't care. I'm going to choose the trees.
I care deeply.
I know you care deeply. So we're going to make that so it goes right into our little icon space. And I'm going to change my text to Portland, Oregon. And she's doing? We're going to change her title.
I'm working really hard. That's what I'm doing.
I need more time to think about your title. But one thing that's not on here is the axolotl. It didn't bring that up in the graphic, but fortunately for all of us, I may have already downloaded a picture of an axolotl to use just in case I ever had to make a trading card of Shel.
Just in case.
Just in case. So I have my axolotl, which again, I went to media and I did upload from device, because you've been seeing Shel and I this entire time, either using things that were already in the media gallery or generating them. What we didn't get to show was, if you have your own media, you can always bring those in. So I did that by uploading from device. And now I have this ability to do all of the things that I could do with my other images. I'm going to not replace, I want to remove background. So here's my axolotl. And fun fact about Shel. Shel, you have an axolotl.
I have two.
Right, she has an axolotl.
If anyone ever wants to talk axolotls, you know who to
Shel's your
reach
girl.
out to.
So we're gonna I'm gonna move Portland, Oregon up a little bit because I need space for my axolotl dude to come. And what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna go to my animation feature here. So what's cool is any object, and it's any object, it could be text, it could be an image, it could be a video. You can actually animate it. And notice how it gives me a ton of options here. I can animate going in, I can animate looping, and I can animate out. I'm gonna highlight each of those for you now. So I'm gonna start by doing in, and what we'll do is, for the in, we'll have it slide in from the side. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so our axolotl slid in. Then once it's in, I'm gonna actually add another animation.
I'm very excited to see how this turns out.
Where I'm gonna, yours?
No, yours.
Okay, wait.
Wait, the one you're making.
I wanna have, where's the, yeah, we're gonna have it bob, as axolotls do. They're like bob. And then after it's finished bobbing, I'm gonna add another animation. And notice I'm adding these animations by literally just clicking in, loop, and out. So notice you can see there's a circle under in. That tells me that there's an in animation currently active. There's one for loop. And then for out, I'm gonna have it spin out, just like whoosh, spin out. Okay, so now if I click play, I should see the in animation, the loop, followed by the out. And I can always make changes to that, but let's just see what that looks like from the beginning. So I have my axolotl, it's slid in, it's like, and then it's going out. Okay, so couple of questions from the chat.
Which, full disclosure, we could not see until right now. So if you thought we were ignoring you, I'm so sorry. we were not. To us, it looked like there was no one in the chat, and we were talking to.
For those of you voting
the
in the
void.
crowd, Shel threatened me and said, "Do not read the chat. Just focus on this." So it was Shel's fault. Okay, couple questions. How do we measure the impact of creative tools like Adobe Express on student learning outcomes or classroom engagement? Well, great question. That's from Kyla. We have a ton of research. We have a whole department here that does research on the impact of creativity tools on classroom engagement, on student learning. So I would definitely recommend taking a look at some of the studies that we have published online. And in fact, if you check out our social media feeds, I think we shared out the most recent one fairly recently. And that was actually a study that included research on Adobe Express. And I'm like a bit of an Express, like a research wonk.
You are.
I think, as I was referred to in a meeting recently. So I love the research that we're doing, and I'm so glad that we actually are working together with educators to try to actually nail down what actually is the impact of creativity on student learning. Other question. Can we share a specific example of how Adobe Express has meaningfully enhanced student creativity or engagement in the classroom or educational programs? Specific example. Do you have a specific example off the top of your head? I need to distract you because you've been plugging away the whole time, and now I got a glimpse at it, and now I'm a little speechless. But we'll get back to that in a second. So, another question from Kyla. What role do we have in helping students who might not see themselves as creative discover their creative side? Okay, let me try to take these together. So, specific example that I always kind of fall back on is one thing that we did not get to highlight today, which is one of our favorite tools in Adobe Express, is the animate feature, animate character. And that allows you to pick a character and then speak, and it'll actually animate the character. If you've ever watched one of our team's videos before, you have definitely seen it because it is probably the thing we use the most. But one of the things we talk about a lot are these ideas of student voice, student choice, and student agency. And the powerful thing about student voice is it gives students the ability to kind of share ideas and their work where they would not have had that space before. And so we've worked with teachers who have shared with us that students who previously would not participate in these type of sharing activities or sharing their work even out with their teachers are now comfortable enough, because they're not the ones on screen, to be able to hit record, talk about their work, and then have it displayed for students. So when we think about things like student reflection and the power of student curation, of curating their own work, creativity tools add an entirely other layer to the impact that it can have in the classroom.
And if I can jump in, I'd love, especially to that second question. I most recently taught 4th grade, and watching a student who I had taught him in kindergarten and I had him again in 4th grade, and both times he was, if we give him any kind of art project or creative project, I'm not creative, I can't do these things, I hate art. And we got this kid involved in using Adobe Express, and all of a sudden he was like, oh, I can make things. Oh, I can do that. Oh, I can make a video about that thing. He didn't like writing. There were so many things that he didn't see himself as being capable of, but once he had tools that could actually support him to do those things, it totally shifted his mindset of who he was, what he was capable of, and it was super, super amazing and powerful to see. And now he's even like a band student and like finding all these other modes of creativity. It totally opened the doors for him. One
of the things I love about our community is our community constantly shares these stories that are happening in their classrooms of the impact, good to speak to the answer to the question again, that these tools have. And shout out to our teammate Ann Cosmo, who actually threw in the chat. It helps build creative confidence. It helps provide those flexible pathways to show what they know. And that is so important because we want to give these opportunities to every student, and we know that not every student learns or expresses themselves in the same way. So that's why, while we've been, I just saw the line on your thing. While not every student is going to want to share their work the same way, this at least provides the ability to, whether they want to use audio, whether they want to use video, whether they want to just share an image, whether they want to take all of the work they've done and simply link out. So Anne used the word share, celebrate, showcase, looks different for every student. And by the way, jinx would mean that I can't speak for the rest of the time, which I'm sure everyone would love, but I'm going to ignore that till the end. I will say that I think it's great that our team is on the same page in terms of the power of these incredible tools for impacting creativity. Now,
I will also shout out Michael Clear in the chat. It's not a Shel Adobe Live without axolotls, and I really appreciate that.
And yes, I know there's been some comments in the chat about bread. So do you want to talk a little bit about the axolotl thing, about bread?
Our axolotls that we have at our house, we have Sora is mine, and my 9-year-old daughter she was the instigator of the axolotl love at the McClellanville house, and hers is named Bread.
So we wanted to have a little
of
bread appearance in the in our project today. Okay, so do you want? I'm still.
You keep
talking
working
the whole time. Oh, we're working. Yeah. So do you want to present while I finish up?
I will present while you finish up. Yes. Okay. Magic button. Here I go. Oh, that one was like perfect. All right, everyone. Meet Jesse Lubinsky, the hot dog connoisseur. I would not have named you that had you not gone off on your tirade about hot dogs earlier. Also,
spoiler alert, she would have totally done that anyway.
I actually was not going to, but
I do. And actually, the hot dog is my favorite animate from audio character.
It is.
It's my go-to.
It's
My
true.
go-to is the hot dog.
Also, I think the very first time I ever made you with AI, you had a hot dog too. I'm pretty sure, like that first
You
one
did,
I gave.
because that was
Yeah.
my favorite one that you did.
Well, this might be my new favorite. It actually was probably the most flattering AI I've ever made of you. Ever.
I'm not gonna lie, it struggles to get me because there are certain. It's either too much hair or too little hair. It's never just the right amount of hair. This is what we were talking about before, but it's okay.
You're either like 80 years old or like a 25-year-old heartthrob. It doesn't really like find the...
Excuse you.
You're older than 25. I
I'm
didn't
older
say you're
than-
not a heartthrob, okay? I'm not going to
I am
throw
older
that
than
one out
I am
there.
older than 25. Oh my god, that's so funny.
So this is Jesse. I would like to share with you the prompt I used to make Jesse. 3D render adorable cartoon style. I had to add in adorable because it gave him the cute eyes. Mid-40s,
nice.
Caucasian man with short hair, neatly trimmed beard, and black glasses, eating a hot dog. Approachable smile, I didn't put a space there, wearing a blazer over a black graphic t-shirt. Background features a stage with musical instruments in the background because you do have your own musical background.
Yeah, but I feel like that would have been more applicable for you, but yes.
And you're a keynoter.
I appreciate.
Which is why I gave you, for your stats, I did give you 10 out of 10 for your keynoting, 9 out of 10 for your foodie status, deducted from the one restaurant you took us to that was, and a 10 out of 10
That's a story for another
your
time,
creativity. You're from New York City, and if you all see the very, very bottom, which I am totally blocking.
Big Dad
It says Big Dad energy.
Oh, we love it.
I can't get it out of the way.
Okay, we're gonna magic button. I'll present my final. So I didn't get a chance to get into the colors, but I actually really liked what it had to start with because it kind of matched what I was going for. So Shel McConville, I already introduced her as the prompt fairy. Funnily, that's not a real word, but interestingly enough, I actually gave Shel the same scores, like a 10, a 9, and a 10.
Look at that.
So she gets a 10 for prompting because I know that we all learned a lot on this episode about how we can totally level up our game with prompting. We should totally do an Adobe Live that's just like literally just prompting skills. Dibs on getting to do that one with you. Then we have 9 out of 10 for Glee. Just because I have seen that side of you where you're like not as. So we'll take. That's why I was like, that's your 1 point deduction for that.
You're not wrong.
But 10 out of 10 for brilliance. I mean, come on, people. And you know what? With that, I predicted it in the start. I'm going to give you the win on this one because that way you've done, not only I would not have even been able to get my stuff as good as I had it if you had not totally come in.
You've got a dancing
and help with the prompting.
Though.
I do. So oh, you're giving me the so we'll tie. We'll
I
call
think
this
maybe
a tie.
we call it a tie.
In the first Educator showdown.
Ever.
We're calling this a tie. And if you're still in the chat, just let us know. Do we think that's right? A tie? Is that you've been? I know she's been carefully.
Or if you feel really strongly.
Anne's going to be our tiebreaker in the chat. We're going to let her. If she's but if we don't hear from Anne, we're calling this one a tie. This has been great. Thank you so much. One thing we did want to share with everyone is. Oh yeah, and okay, it's a tie, people. It's a tie. Thank you. Oh, we're getting confirmation from others as well. Thank you so much, everybody. A tie.
You're not going to leave me hanging.
All right,
I know
I was going to leave you hanging.
You're
But if you want to be part of our Adobe Educator community, find out more about how we can use these tools to help showcase incredible student learning, give students a platform to bring out that creative in them. join our Ace Leader community. So that is adobe.ly/Ace Leader. You can find out more about the program there. We are, it basically gives you direct access to Shel, myself, the rest of our amazing team, and get incredible resources every month with all of the incredible activities and things that you could do, as well as time with not just us, but our entire community. So on behalf of Shel and myself here in the studio, thank you so much for joining us. This was incredible. I had such a fun time. And yeah, what a letdown. It ended in a tie.
You know what? I think it's beautiful. Even Daniel in the chat agrees.
All right.
I thought for sure he was going to give it to you.
I actually feel like maybe I lost points or something because I thought Dan was going to give it to me. But yes, we'll take a tie. Thank you so much for joining us here. And we can't wait to see you next time.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks a lot.